Hey everyone, welcome to Breathe and Unpack. I'm Maya, and this is our space to slow down, breathe, and talk honestly about the things life throws at us. Here, nothing is off limits. Relationships, family, work, stress, and personal struggles. Sometimes we'll vent, sometimes we'll reflect, but every time we'll ask, what can I take away from this? You're not just listeners, you're part of our support system. That means we share, we listen, we learn, and we leave the judgment at the door. And if you need to cry or get emotional here, that's okay too. This space is built for honesty. If you've got a story you want to share or something you're unpacking in your own life, email me at breathe, the letter N, unpack at gmail.com. That's breathe and unpack at gmail.com. I might read it here on the show so we can all grow together. And just a quick note, this podcast is about personal opinions and experiences. It's not medical, legal, or therapeutic advice. So take a breath, lean in, and let's unpack life together. Welcome to the support system. As always, we're just exploring here, breathing through what comes up and unpacking it gently at our own pace. Let's take a moment to breathe, settle in, and slowly unpack whatever is unfolding for us today. I've been approaching my days a little differently lately. Nothing extreme, nothing dramatic, nothing that looks impressive if I explained it to someone. Just small shifts in how I move through my day, and I wanted to sit with that for a bit. For a while now, I used to put a lot of pressure on things being bigger than they needed to be. Bigger routines, bigger changes, bigger plans. And honestly, that pressure made every day feel heavier than it needed to be. It made things feel like work instead of just life. Lately, it's felt more natural to focus on the smaller things, the things that already exist in my day, the things I don't have to force, the things I can come back to without needing motivation or energy I don't always have. One thing I've been doing more of is just checking in with myself during the day, not in a deep way, not in a serious way, just mentally noticing how I'm feeling, like catching a moment and thinking, okay, this is how I'm feeling right now. Or noticing when something affects my mood more than I expected. Sometimes I notice it while I'm working, sometimes when I'm driving, sometimes when I'm home and nothing is even happening. And I don't rush to do anything with that information. I don't need to fix it. I don't need to analyze it. I just notice it. And even that small awareness changes how I move through the rest of my day. I've also always liked having smooth jazz or softer music playing in the background. That's just my thing. It's familiar. It feels steady. Nothing loud, nothing overstimulating. I like how it fills the space without demanding attention. And when the space feels calmer, it's easier for me to stay grounded in what I'm doing. Sometimes it's not about changing yourself, it's about choosing an environment that feels good to exist in. I've also been paying attention to patterns in my thinking, not judging them, not correcting them, just noticing what shows up often. I learned that the brain holds on to repetition. Whatever gets repeated becomes familiar. That made sense to me. So if certain thoughts keep popping up, it's not random. It's just repetition doing what it does best. And that's where small shifts matters. Baby steps count. You don't need big changes for things to start feeling different. Small adjustments, repeated over time, actually stick better. Writing things down has also been a part of my routine. I have a gratitude journal I was gifted years ago, and I'm using it consistently now. Nothing fancy, nothing deep, just a few lines at night. Sometimes it's one sentence, sometimes it's a short list. It's not about writing something profound. It's just about acknowledging something from the day. That's it. One of my favorite podcasters mentioned something called a brain dump, and I practice that at night as well. Some nights I write everything out. Some nights I just mentally unload the day before bed. The goal isn't reflection, it's creating space. I don't need clarity, I just want my mind to rest. I've also been reading more lately. Sometimes it's a physical book, sometimes it's an audiobook. In the mornings, I've been reading The Daily Stoic. It's a 365-day book, one page a day. I like that it's short and steady. It gives me something calm to sit with before the day really starts. It's just part of my morning rhythm. Something that helps me keep everything organized is a task app that I use where I put everything, not just daily tasks. I mean everything that lives in my head. Things I need to do today, things coming up later, ongoing stuff, random reminders, things that I might forget to do later. If I'm thinking about it, it goes there. What I like about this, it actually reminds me to do things. So instead of holding everything in my head, I can put it there and let it handle the reminders. And what makes it fun is that there's a little character in the app. As you complete the task, you earn points. And those points help your little character grow and level up and age. And you can buy clothes for your little character, have them go on trips and adventures. I know it sounds cheesy and simple, but it makes everything and every day feel a bit lighter with a little bit of fun into it. It also has check ins built in. You can reflect on how your day went, how certain tasks felt, or what your mood was like. You could even have friends on there to share a task with. There's even a journal section inside the app, so task reflections and check ins live all in one place. Some days I use it a lot, some days I barely open it, and that's okay. It's there to support my day, not control it, and I find it very useful. Movement fits into this too. Some days I go to the gym, other days I do home workouts. Sometimes it's strength, sometimes it's stretching. I like having options. Life isn't predictable, so my movement doesn't need to be rigid. Stretching counts, gentle movements count, showing up in small ways count. I've also been more mindful about what I consume when I'm winding down. Sometimes that means just reading, sometimes listening to something calm like smooth jazz. Just choosing things that feels good to end the day with. Preparing a little the night before fits into all of this too. Laying clothes out, charging what needs to be charged, setting myself up so the next day feels smoother. Again, small things. None of this is about reinventing yourself. It's about building a rhythm that feels manageable. Baby steps count. Consistency matters more than intensity, and you don't have to do everything at once. If you're listening and any part of this resonates, take what fits. If it doesn't, leave it. The takeaway for this episode is if anything stuck, keep it. If not, leave it. Thank you for listening to Breathe and Unpack. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it with a friend, family member, or someone you think could use the conversation. You never know, it might be exactly what they need to hear. I'd also love to hear from you. Email me at breathe, the letter N, unpack at gmail.com. Again, that's breathe, the letter N for Nancy, unpack@gmail.com, or connect with me on Instagram at breathe, AND, unpack. Whether it's your story, your takeaway, or just a thought you want to get off your chest, this space is for all of us. And just a reminder, this podcast isn't therapy or professional advice. I'm learning and growing right alongside you. These are real conversations meant to spark reflection and support, not replace the help of a professional. We're building the support system together. One breath, one story, one moment at a time. Until next time, take a breath, lean in, and let's keep unpacking.